So y'all get that instead of never mind, y'all get this too. Of course y'all get that too. Um this is bullshit. This is a recovery tool. So yeah, these are cool and all. They feel good. Don't get me wrong. I like having this thing. I caught this on sale for $10 like 3 years ago. Shout out my man Kale Beck from Starting Strongman. He had some link posted through some affiliate thing where these were $10, and I thought, you know what? For $10, what's the harm? That said, it is not something to be relied upon for recovery. That is one of the super minutia percentages when it comes to recovery. If you are not sleeping well, if you're not eating well, if you're not rehydrating well, in terms of just recovery, this is assuming that you're training well. Stuff like that is completely irrelevant. Like I said, it feels good. Don't get me wrong. It feels good. I think there's probably more benefit in the psychological it feeling good than any kind of, muscle massaging, tempering effects that may or may not be there. I do like it on my calves and my hamstrings a lot. Those muscle areas tend to be tight for me, and I doubt, again, that it is doing a whole lot. But in here, it feels really good when I use it, particularly on those areas. And they feel a little more relaxed afterwards. Maybe there's something to it, maybe there's not. I also typically once a week-ish will soak in a hot bath with Epsom salts. And again, it feels good. It's relaxing. There is probably more benefit in that in here than whatever is physically happening, if anything, with, the warm water and the Epsom salt itself. I will go get a massage once a month, once every other month, give or take. And again, it feels good. That's probably the gist of it. That's probably, if there's any benefit, it is probably that psychological feeling good. Now maybe there's a little bit, they get in there and they work some of the knots and stuff. I'm not saying there's zero physical benefits to it at all, but I am going to guess that the vast majority of it is what's happening in here and being in that state of calm and relaxed. And honestly, like when I'm getting a massage, like my headspace is pretty clear. I'm not really focused on anything. And I can kind of just be thoughtless and in the moment and completely relaxed. So I think there's more to that than like the actual massage. And that's what I kind of want to emphasize here. Like I do have some, icing on the cake, or probably not even icing. These are probably like sprinkles on top of the icing on the cake of recovery modalities that I tend to use. Not even daily though. I don't even use my massage gun daily. It probably gets the most frequent use out of the three things I mentioned. Like I said, the Epsom salt soaks are, about once a week, and then the massage maybe once a month, give or take. So, yeah, like sleeping is huge. Sleeping is huge. That is the best way to recover. I get pretty adequate sleep. I think I'm averaging 7.5 hours, give or take. And that's not like some super high tech, like how much REM sleep am I getting? How much of this, that, the third, whatever cycles and phases of sleep. You can get in deep into the weeds with that if you want to. Tracking just when I go to bed and when I wake up, in general, is fine for me. And it shows patterns that I've established and habits that I've created. Generally speaking, Dante and myself, we will watch some YouTube videos starting around 7 o'clock, 6:45. He and I will either watch YouTube videos together. Sometimes we'll watch a movie, or a lot of times it'll be like half of the movie or a quarter of the movie, and it'll take us 2 or 3 days to finish it. Like we just finished Ford versus Ferrari today. Great movie if you're a car guy. And then like 7:30, 7:45, I'll say, hey man, I'll turn TV off. We'll go lights out, and he can go into his room. He's allowed to read a book, and I will. And this will be counterintuitive by all the biohacker experts, but I'll watch a couple YouTube videos on my phone while I'm laying down, and that's kind of my habit and my routine. And for me, 25, 30 minutes. Sometimes 45 minutes or a little bit longer. Just depends. I usually start to feel pretty drowsy, and I will put my phone away and go to sleep. And then I wake up early, as you guys can see. I'm an early riser. But I go to bed early to facilitate that. And a lot of times, like, I go to the gym. The best time of day for me to go to the gym is before I take Dante to school. He'll go with me. He gets up early with me. And we have a good time. And generally speaking, like Mondays is our day to sleep in. Even though after the weekend we're going back to work and back to school, we do get up at 4 a.m. on the weekends to go to the gym and just get started. I have so much busy work to do on my days off of work. I work a lot harder on my days off than I do my days on. So I got to get up early and get shit started because I've got to do that. I've got to do laundry. I've got to meal prep. I've got to go over my clients' videos and programming. I have a couple yards I have to mow. If I've got to wash cars, if I have to do maintenance on cars, things of that nature. So weekends are pretty hectic. And we sleep in on Mondays. And sleeping in for us on Mondays is me setting the alarm at 6 a.m. I usually wake up before it. Dante usually wakes up before it. But we don't go to the gym on Monday mornings. On Tuesday mornings, we get up at 5 and go to the gym, and it's usually just some light cardio session. Wednesday, we will go to the gym, and again, it's a 5 in the morning, and it's an upper body, and I can get that done pretty quickly. Right now, it's just the closer grip Buffalo Bar Larson's. Then Thursday is a 4 a.m. day, lower body day. Takes me a little longer. And it's usually some kind of cross-fatty superset stuff. And then Friday is another day I will let him sleep in. I typically get up at 5 a.m. on Fridays. And I've got an elliptical machine here in my living room now, and I will do cardio on it. And sometimes he'll sleep through it, sometimes he won't. But usually on Fridays, like, I'll wake him up at like 20 after 6. And then again on the weekends, 4 a.m. So, like, days I don't wake him up, his sleeping in is like 6:30 in the morning. It's rare that I sleep past 6 in the morning on a given day ever. But, yeah, that's just habits. Like, getting in habits, getting into routines. It can be hard at first, but, if you give it the time and put in the effort, your body will adjust. And it's going to be different for everybody. My job is a standard Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. job. So I can facilitate that kind of thing. Obviously, if you work like a second shift, or if you're in retail or restaurant work, the nature of it is erratic, and you just got to do the best with what you can. But I try to build habits, and my sleeping habit is pretty good, and that is going to do far more in terms of recovery than any of these little tools or gadgets are going to do for you. So just wanted to make a video about that while it was on my mind. What a fail. Peace. Massaging you guys. You like that shit? Adios.